So Thomas Bishop is a content creator. Follow on here. He makes lengthy videos. They're great. I don't know how many people actually watch his entire videos, but I enjoy watching them in their entirety every time they come up. And he recently did a video talking about how we need fundamental changes within the United States post-Trump. And I personally don't think he went far enough, which that might surprise people that follow his content, because he's pretty good about being way out there on what we should do and covering everything. But I don't think it's far enough. I think that when this is all done, whether it be, as Mr. Bishop said, whether it be, 2 years, 4 years, whatever it is, we need to be holding people accountable. And he wants us to teach history about the MAGA group, and I agree, but we need to go further than that, because it's not just the supporters that did this to us. We need to be investigating those that assembled Project 2025. We need to investigate the things that they did. We have documented evidence where they interfered in things. We know where they've got at people within our political system, where they made campaign contributions. We can see the policies that are in their outline being pushed forward now. All of the people of that group, the Heritage Foundation and all of that, need to be held accountable. They must be held accountable. And we need to make sure that they are legally pushed to the extent of the law for what they've done. Some need to be tried for treason. That needs to happen. And that's because they're going to disappear slowly. They're already quiet now. They're already quiet. Where's the lead of that group? He's quietly in the background, still making changes that you're not even aware of out here in front. So we need to make sure that we're holding those people legally accountable. For those that, and this is where I'm more extreme on things, for those that are showing the hand sign that we're seeing going around, for the heart goes out to you people, for those that are making derogatory statements about people being deported, those people need to be held accountable too. We need to be lumping those people in to a point where they're going to get prosecuted for hate crimes. That's what needs to happen. We need to start changing how we treat verbal things in this country. Now, when I was a younger man, I didn't have the answer for this. It took me some time to figure it out, because people are like, well, how do you determine what is hate speech and what isn't? It's real simple. This used to be something I thought was so complicated. I knew educated people who seemed to be grappling with how to determine what's hate speech and what isn't. And it's really simple. All of us can really determine what a joke is from what actual dangerous speech is. It's not that hard. Anybody claiming otherwise is trying to make you feel bad for wanting to get rid of a certain type of speech because it is harmful to everybody, right? So we know the difference between a comedian who's making a joke, a movie that's making a political statement, and just some random jagoff on the street who's using words to threaten people and to belittle people. There's differences, and it needs to be treated accordingly is what needs to happen. There's no other way. We need to be treating this the way that Australia does and Germany does. Germany prohibits certain gestures and certain symbols. We have a listing, I think it's the ACLU, has a listing of documented symbols that are known to be associated with groups that are dangerous, and we have done nothing about them. We document them, but we still allow them to be displayed. You can, within this country, display a symbol like that in tons of places with no repercussions. That's got to end. No more masked men coming out of the back of trucks. That needs to be something that once it's gone to a point where we see that it's motivated by hate, they're arrested for that and they're tried for a hate crime. That's what needs to happen. We, for far too long, have been the tolerant left. So tolerant, we allowed hate to fester. And where people like me were pushing for stronger regulations on stuff, we were laughed at and told that's not the way by our own people. By our own people, we were told it wasn't enough. The only people who listened to me and agreed with me about wanting to clamp down on speech were either LGBTQ people or people of color. Those are the only two groups that agreed that we should do more. And that's why when it comes to wanting better for this country, those two groups to me will always want better, where my white counterparts have not. Not consistently enough anyway. Congress has to change. I've been doing a lot of talk about this. Congress has to change. I'm outraged. I can't, and it's probably a separate video on it, but isn't enough. I don't care if you're outraged. Go do your job and legislate. Go do your job and hold these people accountable. Stop telling you how outraged you are. Stop telling you how upset you are to see this sad thing happen in our nation. Do something about it. That's why you're there. It's my job. It's my job as a citizen to write posts, to do videos, and to speak out saying how outraged I am that this is happening. That's my job, because I can't legislate. Now, if you want to legislate, take action, do something, and then talk about how you're outraged, by all means, please do. I support you on that. But don't sit there and tell me how outraged you are and then do nothing about it. I literally saw a congressperson in their jogging gear who decided mid-jog to stop, out of breath, and then tell everybody how outraged they are about what's happening. Don't waste my time with that. Go do something about it. Anyways, guys, that's all I've got on this for now. There'll probably be more videos within this vein. I'm going to try to get a live in here at some point so we can discuss stuff. But, yeah, we need some fundamental changes. The way Congress is running, that decorum has to end. It is time for a new Congress, time for a new method of doing things, a new feel, and a new type of reactions, because the people that are in there now are too old to understand what's going on. There are maybe a handful of people I would keep around, but that's fully debatable. I'm saying that because I don't think it's right or wrong. I think it's a debatable point, and we need to discuss the merits thereof. But we need to clean the House and Senate. We need to get the presidency changed. All of that needs to be something new. Let me know what your thoughts are below, you guys. And if you see me on a live, feel free to hop in and we can discuss these things.